my creatives, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to work on our Lapbook. Last time we created the cover and we added this extra panel, and then I told you I had to do a little think about things, and I figured out I had to create the journal part first before I could attach this. I want to work on the signature today, but I also have an idea for this inside file folder. So maybe I would do a little bit of half, but we will see how long time I have, because it's quite late and you know I'm getting tired. So let's see. I already prepared a piece for the spine, which is 1 inch, and that fits exactly in here, because this is also 1 inch, and then the length, this is to strengthen everything, and I want to create a hidden spine. So I'm going to sew in this and then stick this in the middle part, and I'm not going to sew through this. I have never made a hidden spine before, so that's what we are going to do. I also tore down a bit of the fabric to attach it with. That's the only prepping I did up front. Then I collected some papers, and I will show you, of course, for these signatures, but I'm going to use my own digital kit, the Morris & Bloom kit. And tonight I did some fussy cutting. So I have all of these lovelies now cut out and ready for me to use the ephemera. So maybe I will make some tabs, I don't know. But first I just want to start assemble the signature. Now these are printed double-sided. I don't know if they are printed properly on both sides so they line up. Let's figure it out together. And let's just tear, because who wants straight or cut edges, right? So I just tear. I know Margaret tells you to not tear the short side, but I don't know. For me this this works, because if I have to tear the long side, I always seem to mess up. So this works for me, Margaret. So I'm going to tear all of these pages. I did notice with the last video that I had some trouble with the in and out focus, and I tried to edit out most of that. I think it's because it was focusing on my light, which is on top there. So I'm also looking in maybe just not film with my glass media mat anymore and just get a gray mat. But I will see what I will do. For now I have some packaging here, and I think this will help the problem. I will see this while editing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tear out all these papers, and then we are going to assemble a signature together. It is a couple of days later. I already did inking. I think you don't mind. And I also cut down a piece of fabric and a piece for my spine. So this depends on how big your book is. My spine was 1 inch by 6 3/4 of an inch. And that fits in here perfectly. I can still open and close the book properly, and it fits in really nice. What I'm going to do, because this needs to dry before I can sew in my signature, I'm going to glue this together, but leave it like this, because we are going to sew it in, or stick it into the journal like this. So we don't need to do anything to the back, but I will glue these two together. As you see, I have a little bit of extra room on the top and the bottom. I like that look. And there is enough space for it to be glued on the sides. So that's what I will do. Then, like I said, I did all the pages, and I went through my stash of book pages, which is now one big pile on the floor beside me. So yeah, I rummaged through that, and I found some pages that I wanted to use with my kit. So first of all, let's fold these in half. Now I know that these pages are a little bit shorter than the book. That is no problem because it's never a problem when pages are smaller. It's always a problem when pages are bigger. But I want to vary these with pages that are actually a bit bigger in size with the book. So let's fold them together. I also don't know which side I want to have which way, but this is what we do. I was thinking about making a few freebie pages because I was thinking about working with the kit, and then I thought maybe I want to add something else. So it may be possible that there will be freebies for this kit on my Ko-fi page. But I haven't done so when I'm filming this, but I don't know when exactly I will post this and if I already did so. So, just so you know. Now, these pages are folded. Then I picked out one of these German font book pages and I kept that as a whole. And this is actually one of the pages from this book. So everything has to be this size. Now I will take off a small piece on this side because I want to have a little bit more room on the side. I prefer that. Also with, if I'm not doing it completely straight, then it's still inside the journal. So I'm going to cut off just a tiny bit, so my pages are now 4.5 wide. Yes. I'd rather not cut pages because I like the torn look, but now we have this one cut. So I will line this up where I want it. Then I grab my ruler and I put my ruler next to it, and then I just tear the excess. And now I see this is a little bit wider than this, but that doesn't matter because I know it will fit. I have to pull this towards me because I cannot see properly from this angle where to tear. Then line up the ruler and tear, and now my page will fit into my journal. So that is what I'm going to do with all the rest of the pages, but I will show you. I will fold them with you. I have this piece of pattern paper I like to add, so I will fold this in half. Then I was thinking about maybe this piece or this other piece, but let's see. I think I would like this one. So check the sizes later on. Then I have this book page that I got out of one of my botanical books that I would like to add. This one is a single page with some beautiful dotting. It is Frisian. So I'm going to fold this in like this. Then I have an encyclopedia page. So I will also fold this in half. This is really thin paper. I also always look for different paper textures. I really enjoy that. Then these are some coffee dyed, I don't know, receipts or something. And I think I want to add them. I want to add them diagonally in the signature. I've seen Barbara do that from 49 Dragonflies. Is that something? I think so. Let's do it. Let's do it. So this will fit in my signature. Now the other one. Oh, I find this difficult to fold it diagonally. Okay. This is not easy to me to fold it crooked like this. Okay, I think something like this. Yes. Then I have another piece of coffee dyed paper that I made myself. And this is from one of my thrift hauls, from one of these binders that I got. So it's beautifully aged paper. Now, what I will do is I will rip everything to size, and then we will create the signature. Let's put the signature together. I will first, these are all the pattern papers. Then I have 2 of these receipts, some text paper. This is writing paper, text, another different one, and more text. Let's see, what do we want to use as an opening page? I think I would like to have this as my first page. Then next, what do we want? Maybe the German? Or, let's see. Yes, then let's do, I have 6 of these, right? I don't know. I can always change it up if I like. Let's do this one. Then the encyclopedia page. Then this one. Then let's do another pattern. A receipt. And then let's do this one. I will have a look when I finished everything if I like where this is going. And the text, and I think like this one. The dictionary, and then we have a few pages left. Okay, let's see if this is a feel I like. So I don't have the need that everything has to be in the middle. I like that pages are a little bit up and down. So I think I like this one down here, so you can also see the German fonts. And then I think I would like this page to be a bit more up, so you can see the encyclopedia. Yes, this is a full page. And this one I'd like to be a bit more up as well, so you can see this. And then we have the receipts, which I like. I think this one would be nice in the middle. I love, by the way, these colors together of the botanical page. Then this one a bit more down. Yes, like this here. I like this one here. And I think I want to have this one a bit more up, so it will peek out, and then maybe this a bit more down. But I don't know if I want to have this in the center. I think I want to keep this in the center and then turn these two around. I think I prefer that. And then I want to have this a little bit more down and this a bit more on the top. Or do we want to have the receipt somewhere else? Let's do the receipt here. Okay. Now let's look the other side. This, yes. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh yeah. Brilliant. And there is plenty of space to decorate. Love this as well. And yep. This is how we're going to do it. Yeah, so now everything moved a little bit. So I will put all the pages back how I want them. And then we will secure everything. So I wanted to have this on the bottom. Then this is a full page. And a little bit more to the top, I believe, or in the middle, yes. And then this is also a full page. Maybe a bit more to the top. Yep. I want to have this on the, yeah, and a full page. I don't know, do you have a formula? I make sure that not all of the same pages are next to each other. That is what I do. And then I just do whatever feels good to me, to be honest. And this on the bottom. This is how we're going to do it in the journal. And now I will, let's see. This was not very smart. Or was it? Yes, we are going to do, I have to think, do I want to have some sewing on my pages? These are very delicate pages though, most of them. No, I don't feel like sewing on them. If I want to have something sewn on them, I will stick something sewn on them. I need a bull clip or a big paper clip. I have these big paper clips and usually they will hold. What I usually do is I take one side of the signature and I secure that. And I usually take several of these because I don't want this to move around. Now I make sure that everything is nice in the crease. So yeah, this will be fine. Okay, we have our signature ready. Now in the meantime, because this took a little while, this also dried. And we want to have our signature in here like this. And I want to create a hidden spine. So I want to sew it onto this piece. And I want to sew it on this side of the spine because on this side we have our booklet, which I think I need to cut off a piece of this later on, but we will see when I come to that, because I think this is a little bit too wide, but we will see. So that means this, from this 1-inch spine, I am going to sew it in, because this is 1/2 inch, this one, on 3/4 of an inch. Now, let's keep in mind, I want this on the top, so I need to sew it in on this side on 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to take my pencil, mark that, and I'm going to make a line. Now, usually I do my calculating in centimeters because I'm European, but I think I can manage this time to do it in inches. Let's see. This spine piece is 6 3/4 of an inch. So I don't know what the middle is because I am not good at calculating with inches. I'm actually not good at calculating at all. So let's see. I have a 0 mark here that maybe can help with figuring out the measurements. So this is supposedly the middle. I think it is, well, what should this be? 3 1/4, 3 3/8. Is that the middle? I guess. So I will make a hole here, and then I will make a hole at 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and I want to make a hole at 3, So I will sew through all of the paper. So I have 5 holes here. Now the important part is that you also do that in your signature with the exact same measurements. So that is what I'm going to do now. I like to keep my signature a little bit closed for this. So you will probably not see what I am doing. I'm also going to take a pen because I think I can see that more clearly for making the holes. So I want to have, I think it was here, right? Yeah. So this is 3 1/8. Oh no, this is not the center. About this is the center. So because your pages are a little bit shorter, now it's 3 1/4 is the middle. And I put a mark at 1.5 and 3. And then, let's see, 1.5 and 3. So now we have our holes. Next thing you do is poke your holes. I have an owl for that. So I will poke my holes. Now, be sure to not poke in your hands. And I like to poke my holes with the signature closed. So I am sure that I poke through the middle of the signature and not, you know, that I come out in the fold and not somewhere else. So that is how I do it. If you have a better way for yourself, please do your own thing. But this is what works. This works for me, and I will do what works for me. So I'm very curious if this Lapbook is going to work out as I think it will be. I already have some other ideas, so I would like to add this signature as soon as possible so I can work on the other ideas I have for this book. Let's see, we have to make our holes in the chipboard and through the fabric, of course. So I will make some marks here and here. I never did a hidden spine, so I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I just go for it. I also think with making junk journals and stuff, it's about being brave and just go for it. Because you can never always know what would be the perfect way of doing things, right? Because every situation is also different. I think this is fantastic. Now, I want to sew this in, but I haven't prepared my sewing kit yet, so I will grab my sewing stuff. I just use regular embroidery thread, nothing fancy, and I picked this brown. Now I take about 3 times the length of your book. And then this is my little sewing kit in here. I have needles in here, seam ripper, all that jazz, all different kind of needles. I found these at a thrift store. So I was very happy with these because I didn't have any blunt ones. Now I take this needle and I'm going to thread it. Okay, let's sew it in because this is still loose, right? So that's very convenient. I start from the middle because I want to have my knot on the inside of my book, because I don't think it's very practical if I put it here and glue this in. So make sure that this is the top and this is the top, because I didn't put it in the center. I want to have my signature on that side and go through the middle, and then I also go through this middle hole. Now let's see if this will work for me. Pull it through. Sometimes it's a little bit of a pain. Then when you pull it through, leave a tail so you can tie it off later on. Then I like to go up, but if you like first want to go down, then you go down. And we go through the second hole up. Ooh. Now this is always a bit tricky. And as you see, I also struggle with sewing them in. I usually think this is the hardest part. Okay. And now I also have this spine flying around. So pull it tight, but make sure that you don't lose your tail. But pulling it tight is very important. Now let's go to the top hole. So I will go to the last hole, also pulling it through the spine. And yes, got it. Pulling it tight again, so everything is nicely tight on the spine. Now we go back, and we go back through this hole. Make sure you don't pierce your paper or your thread. Otherwise, if you want to pull it tight again, you might rip your thread or rip your paper. So this is usually a little bit of fiddly thing. And now even fiddlier, because I don't have a book cover to hold on to. Did I pierce my thread? I think I did. It is not nice. Okay, I've been next to my threads. I don't even know if you see this, but I have to keep it close. So I see what I'm doing. Yes. So that took a while for me to find my hole without piercing it. I think it's very difficult with a spine like this to sew it on. I prefer the whole book because then I have the stability of the book. Now everything is floppy. Okay, then we skip the middle hole, very important, and go straight to the hole that's underneath that. Hopefully this will go a lot faster. Yes, because usually when you have the first part in, the top or the bottom, the other part will go a lot faster because everything is more lined up with each other. Then we go to the bottom hole, and let's see, where is my hole? It's here. Through the bottom one. We're doing exactly the same. Now we go back up. Like I said, this is a lot easier, but with the, try not to pierce your thread. Going. And then the last one, we go out through the middle and we make sure that we have a tail on both sides of the middle thread. like this. Now, we are done. Put away my needle. Make sure that everything is tight. Pull it tight. Check if it is tightly in there. If it is, you just make a double knot. But like I said, don't pull it too tight because then you might break your string. I've also had that happen to me. So a double knot, and then cut off the excess. Then this is your signature. Now we can take off our big paper clips. Ta-da! Here is our signature. Now this will be stuck in here, and that looks amazing. Now what I wanted to do is I have some fabrics here. I wanted to create some tabs. I always forget to add tabs, fabric tabs to my pages, and I think the look is lovely. So what did I do? I grabbed some of this, I don't know, lacy stuff that you hang in front of your windows, or Dutch elderly people do. Then I have some of this fabric, a strip, and then I have some burlap ribbon, and I want to create some tabs here, so that will stick out on the side of the page. I think it would look really fun if this sticks out of the actual journal. So I thought, let's create those. First of all, I thought I wanted to maybe sew them on, but I am just going to glue them. And if I want to sew them, I can still sew, because this is just a loose booklet, and I can easily put one page underneath the sewing machine, but I'm not sure if I want to. But I do want to have these. So let's see, where do I want to have a tab, and which page can actually hold a tab? I think maybe this would look nice on here, or do I want to have a part of this? Or maybe this lace bit, a piece of this lace. You can also layer them up, of course, if that looks cool. Ooh, quite interesting. I think I want a piece of this, so let's cut it off and try it out. I like that, yes. So I'm going to add a strip of fabric glue. I don't know if this comes out of this bottle, but as you saw with my regular bottle, it comes out like crazy. So I will try. Oh yes, it comes out. Oh, very nicely. I just recently bought these tiny bottles on AliExpress to try out. Okay, that one is on. Now to the other side. And this is a lot easier because I know how big of a strip of glue I need. And we flip it. I hope this will stick. Please stick. Why do you stick to my fingers but not to my page? Very annoying. Come on. You can do this. I apparently needed more glue. I don't know. No. I want to have glue on there. No, it doesn't stick. Oh, okay. Guys, I'm going to fiddle with this. And then I will show you what I've done, because I'm actually making a big mess everywhere in this journal. This ended up being one big pain in the butt. Okay, First of all, don't sew in your thing and create your signature if you want to add tabs. First do the tabs, then do all the pretty things with the signature, because I eventually had to sew these lace bits on and it was pretty hard to get this in the sewing machine. And then, I don't know, I think maybe need a new fabric glue or something. Then I wanted to add these burlap tabs, but they kept coming off. And I was smudging glue everywhere. So I decided to get my stapler. Now I have these copper staples, which go with the theme. But still, this was no success. They are on. It looks really nice. I love it. I'm very happy that I did. But next time, do this before you do anything else. Fold your papers, decide on the order, and then do the tabs, then do the holes. So don't do what I did. Yeah. Now, this already creates somewhat of bulk. So I didn't anticipate for that, but of course with the burlap, it's quite a thick fabric. I will flip you through this once we go to here, because it is in, because now I want to add my signature into my spine so I can work on the other pieces that I have planned for the Lapbook part. Now I'm thinking, do I need to cut off a piece of the edge or don't I? No, I'm just going to leave it as is. Now, I think I'm just going to use tacky glue to glue this in. Make sure that you have the top of your book as your top. Let's see if I put it like this. It does look really nice, right? I do think we need to make something of a closure. I'm not sure yet what I want. Also might be problematic because I have already glued in stuff. But it does look really cool, right? And I might have to trim a bit of the cardboard. We will figure all of this out together, my dear friends. I have never done this before. So this is a journey for me as much as it is for you. I do enjoy figuring this out together with you. So you also know that I need time to figure stuff out. So, and it also doesn't always work out for me. And it happens, you know. It happens. So now I'm thinking, do I want to fold this in a little bit? Because this is now how the book will look. You will see a bit of the chipboard. So should I fold this over? I think I will. Let's try it again with the glue to fold this over. So where's the glue? Here. I'm just going to add a tiny strip of glue here and try to fold it over straight. Hopefully it will stick, because my problem with this glue is apparently that it doesn't want to stick where I want it to stick, because it does stick on my hands. The fabric also sticks on my hands, so. But it doesn't stick on the places where I actually need it to stick. It might be the fabric glue, might be me, I don't know. Now I have to be a bit kind, because this is a very tiny strip we are gluing. But still. Stick! Not on my fingers, please. I don't know what it is with this glue. Okay, I can fix that thing, I guess, when I stick it down. I'm also going to do that on the bottom. Let's hope it will stick to itself. There's a little bit of more wiggle room on this side, because there's a little bit more fabric. on this side. Stick. Oh, this is such fiddly. Next time I'm going to do this differently. So that is the thing with starting these projects. You will always find things you are going to do differently next time. That's the beauty about crafting and learning about your craft. Now I'm so over this. I am going to stick my signature thing in here. Now this is the right way up. I'm going to use Eileen's tacky glue. Let's see, I'm going to add glue here, and then we will place the spine on there. And then probably I will figure out things that I will do differently the next time. Now we take our spine and let's see, make sure that you know what the top is. This is the top. And going to place it in there, lining it up with the top and the bottom. Let's see. Going to do that on the outside because I can see a lot better if it is lined up on the outside. Yes, this is pretty much it. Okay, now I'm going to push it down. Hopefully this glue will stick a lot better. I know this will stick a lot better because this is pretty good glue. Put it in. Okay, it is in there. Now let's add the fabric glue to stick the fabric to the paper. Strip of glue and throw my book because no, stick, stay, please. Spreading the glue. So it sticks pleasing. I think for some reason this fabric glue does like to stick this fabric, but I don't know, maybe not other fabrics. And once it's dry, it's pretty sturdy. It is stuck, right? So I don't really know what its deal is. I'm going to grab my tiny bottle because we need a little, come on, a little bit more glue. Come on. And this needs to go in. Close enough, I guess. Then we need to glue the fabric on this side. Grab this. Oh, it also comes out like crazy. Doesn't really matter if I go out glue on places where I don't want to have it because it will be covered up, but there might be a chance that my signature will stick to it, so that's not something that I want. Because apparently this glue does glue paper pretty well, even though it says fabric. Maybe I should try the Action one Barbara's always using. I think that's also a lot cheaper than this one. She says it's a good glue, so maybe I should take her word for it and try that glue. Okay, now everything is stuck in, so I can work on the fun part again later on, because this was no fun, to be honest. Mainly because I run into all of these problems. Now, this is a little bit soaked, so I will keep it like this. So I'll put something here so I can put my signatures up. But for now, let's see the end result. The end result. Okay, here we are. This is what we have now. I actually really like it. I'm looking forward to working in this journal. It's already getting pretty chunky because of the tabs. And they have the staples, so that's okay. I might cover some of the staples up, especially the backs, because I don't like the backs of the staples. But I am happy with the overall look. So yeah, I'm excited to continue working on this journal, and now I can work on the parts that I actually wanted to work on. But you know, sometimes you have to do some other things first. This is the middle signature, and then we go back to the other side. I love it. I really, really love it. I'm so happy with this kit. This was also a great coincidence. Very looking forward to continue working. Love the style of everything. Yes, I feel very, very inspired. So that is the journal for now. I will let this dry, and then we will continue working on the panels, because I have an idea for the file folder we already made that will come here. And I also have an idea for the back cover. So I hope to see you all next time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!